Hi, everyone. Let's see here. Here we go. And yes, I'm live. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Lisa Jo Davis, and I'm going to be doing oracle card readings. So as you come in and find me, go ahead and put your name down, and this will be a first come, first serve type of oracle card readings. Even if you don't really know what you want, you don't really have a question or that you have a question in your mind, um, it will be brought forward. Sometimes we have questions that are in our mind and but not really sure if we want to ask it. So sometimes spirit will give us a message that we really need to hear rather than the question. I tend to like not knowing what the question is so that I can give you the guidance moving forward. I'm on a new type of platform. I do see that I'm live, so it's going to be a little different here. I'm looking forward to talking with everyone today. It's a Mother's Day weekend, right? So in some places it's Mother's Day today, and in other places Mother's Day is tomorrow. So I do hope that you spend time with your family, your loved ones, enjoy the day. Get out and do something. It's a really good time to be able to connect with others and show your love that you have for others. So, all right. So let's see if so far no one's here. But it may just be because I'm kind of in a different area than I'm usually at, though. But I am looking forward to making these connections with everybody. So let me go over a few things that I've been doing. Again, my name is Lisa Jo Davis, and you can find me on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Instagram. I'm also on Facebook. Let's see. And I have several different groups, but this group that has just been opened up as of May the 1st officially. It is a private group, and it's called Anchoring Light with the Archangels and Masters. And this came about with my friend Julia Grief of Transmissions of Light. She's in Japan, and I'm here in the US in Texas. So we have known each other for a long time, and finally were able to come up with something that we both agreed on that would be really great. And it's really a special group. And we started off May 1st, and the intentions are working with. Our intentions originally were to work with the archangels, and then I kind of felt like there was going to be masters that wanted to come in, and she also felt the same way. And Surface Bay came forward and said that he wanted to help with our commitment of what we're doing. This month we are focusing light that goes into the grid of Gaia. And we are doing that on a continuous basis for the month of May. Later, we will do different types of intentions like trafficking, like human trafficking, suffering, hunger, famine, the waterways and the lands. And they may alter between setting an intention for 2 weeks to a month, whatever we're guided. We will also be putting in that group a way to learn a little bit about each of the archangels as well as the masters. So I'm going to check one thing real fast here. I know a lot of you are probably really busy today. Okay. So I do see I'm on. But like I said, I know that there's going to be people coming in later and wondering what is going to come on. So what I'm going to do is I kind of, got you set up there. I would also invite, while we're waiting for other people, I would also invite you to go to my YouTube channel, Healing Light with Lisa Joe, and I have over 90 videos uploaded there uploaded. So that's always kind of nice to go in there and go under the playlist. They're all in there. And Aligned World Network also has a YouTube channel as well. Hi, Carrie. Yes, thank you for coming. And yes, you can have a card. So go ahead and take a deep breath. And I'm going to go ahead and connect with you and think about your question and hold that question within your mind. Okay. So the way that I work is you hold the question within your mind and let me pull a card to give you your answer. Sometimes spirit has a different idea of what you need to learn, but a lot of times these oracle cards correlate with what your question is. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for you. Okay. So light beings, hi Claire. Light beings is your card that I drew for you. And it says, this is a time of healing and change. Old energies are being released from your world. This isn't a call to discard traditions, but to reflect on what you have learned and how you can grow. You are being called to be open and aware of new information that is being revealed to you now, for it is pivotal for the next phase of your journey. And there is an affirmation with this card. So I'm using Kyle Grade's and Angelic Activations. So this affirmation for you would be, I create space for learning anew. So I hope that really helps you and lets you have the information that you need coming forward. But it is a lot to do with energetic shifts. Sometimes when we do this energetic shift, things really change up a lot. Sometimes you will see people leave your life and other people come in. Maybe it's just a new way of looking at yourself as a spiritual being yourself. So I hope that makes sense to you, Carrie. Hi, Claire. I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for you. Carrie, sometimes what happens is there's a message that you need to hear over your question. So you said you asked a message about the king. I don't really understand that particular question, but what I would do is listen to the message again. Of course, when you are an energetic spiritual being, you start connecting with those beings into your life, as well as how you look at yourself differently. Okay, Claire. Okay. All right, Claire, I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for you. Yours is Metatron. Am I surprised? No. Metatron, you have a divine calling. God and the angels are recruiting you. Where you are is where you have been strategically placed. That was a rough word. Strategically placed. I know you understand. I'm just kind of fumbling over my nouns and pronouns, so vowels and the whole bit. Trust that you are facing now. Trust that what you are facing now has everything to do with what you are here to heal, and that it will lead to a life that is aligned to meaning and purpose. You are here to make a difference, and it must begin with where you are right now. So your affirmation is, I am ready to fulfill the call of my soul. So I do hope that that helps you as well. Lorraine, so I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for you. So I would like you to go ahead and take a deep breath and release when you're ready. Okay. Oh, well, everybody say a little prayer for, everybody say a prayer for Lorraine. She's in the hospital right now. And, you know, if we all could just gather and just take a moment and send the best possible outcome for her while she's in the hospital. Okay, Lorraine, I'm going to go ahead and pick a card for you. And this is the Gabriel card, Heal the Child Within. These are parts of yourself you had to abandon in your early years in order to survive. But now it is essential to reclaim all of those parts in order to thrive. The child within you requires some tender, loving care at this time. So let them come to the surface and express all the needs to be shared. Hold them with compassion and give them radical healing and understanding, including love. And your affirmation is, I let healing and light reach all parts of myself. And what's come to me is, when you're in the hospital and you're just waiting in your room, to get better, or waiting for a doctor and stuff, there's parts of us, your little, like for me, it'd be little Lisa, that get scared, right? As a child, they don't know what's going on. And you can confirm and let, your little child come in with you and say, it's going to be okay. You survive all of your growing up, and you're going to be good. And I'm really, things that would be very encouraging that you may have not heard as a child. But I think why this card came up for you is because she's scared for you. And maybe you kind of already acknowledged that part of you, and that you already know that you can kind of feel like this is something that you can do while you're sitting there. Just talk to her, tell her you love her, that she's, what she has to look forward to in life. And, that it's just kind of a little message. And I hope you understood what I'm talking about. You're welcome. Erica, yes, I will pull a card for you. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards. I'm learning with this new way of doing it. So this will work really well for me instead of me bouncing around different, type of platforms and trying to look who was here first. And, sometimes I miss names. So, and then I feel really bad about. So Erica, yes. The violet flame. Surrender and release the past. Oop, here we go. Surrender and release the past. You have faced darkness head on, and now you are moving into a state of love. All the previous traumas, dramas, and limitations are being cleared from your energy. Stay focused on knowing that you wouldn't be who you are today if you hadn't surmounted the challenges you have experienced. In order to heal fully, let your love reach where it has never reached before. And your affirmation is, I am purified by the violet flame. So the violet flame is held, with Surface Bay as well as Saint Germain. It's really important that you use the violet flame, and it's just as simple as even just imagining the violet flame being at the bottom of your feet and just kind of burning off everything that you're ready to let go. It's a great way of also clearing your energy. I know you've had a lot of things that have been going on in the recent past, and a lot of old doors are being shut as well as new doors being open. So as you start this new part of your life, make sure that you leave the old where the old needs to be left off, shed it off. And even though you do the violet flame, you may still need to come back a few days later and use the violet flame again. And because these things that you have experienced are like layers. And so you may feel good for a while, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, I need to, do the violet flame. But it's a really quick way of kind of burning off the things that are around you. You can even do it in homes where you just imagine this violet flame going big into your whole house, or you could take it into each room and kind of burn off the old energy as well. So if you also have a yard, I would do that in your yard, the garage, any part of that property. So I hope that makes sense to you. And thank you, Lorraine, for letting me know that that's a good for you. So hi, Pam. Thank you for being here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a card for you. Oh, I got them mixed up. So let me flip these around and shuffle them. Go ahead and think about your question. So the Air Guardian. This is the card that I pulled up for you. Slow down and breathe. That's an understatement, right? The Air Guardian, take time to breathe. So I'll read this, and because something came up, but maybe what the card is on the back will address it a little bit better. So slow down and breathe. We already just covered that. Take time to reflect before proceeding further. You are allowing your past experiences to influence your current behaviors, and there is another way forward. You are being reminded to stay high vibrational in your actions and choices. Refrain from reacting, for this will only delay your progress in healing. Love is the way. Your affirmation would be, I breathe with ease, knowing angels are with me. That's beautiful. I breathe with ease, knowing angels are with me. So I do hope that that makes sense to you. My understanding of this is there's something that's been on your mind a lot, right? And you just don't know whether you should proceed forward or not. Allow that space in your thinking. If you don't have to make a decision like now or in tomorrow, allow that question of whether you should do what you're thinking about or whether you should take another plan. Just go do something that's enjoyable for you. The longer that you think about it, you're clogging up that brain of yours, and the answers are not coming through. So we can actually prevent ourselves from hearing these messages when we have a scattered brain, or we just have too many things to do, or too many projects or tasks that we need to get done. So allow yourself to stand back, breathe, change the course. Try not to think about what's on your mind right now. And maybe hold off a little bit, because as a card says, I do think that there's another option that's going to come forward for you. So I hope that makes sense to you. And you're welcome, Lorraine. Okay. So I am probably going to hack up your name pretty bad. And I don't even know if I can pronounce your last name. And it's not out being disrespectful for you. I'm not the best person with names, but I try. You can ask Erica. I used to pronounce her name wrong every single time. And finally I got it. Someone said, no, you have to, it sounds like this. I'm like, oh, okay, I can understand it. So, yes, I will read you a card. Rikamini. I'm really sorry. Delnish. So your name is up here. So I'm going to pull a card for you and see what it says. Okay. All right. So go ahead and take a deep breath, sir. Ma'am. I can't see your picture very well, so I'm going to pull a card for you that I'm just going to open my mouth and stick my foot in there too much. So, and I do apologize. So, truly. Okay, another hard. This is a new deck for me, so I'm learning the names. The Shekinah. Give the gift of your presence. Now is the time to show up in ways you have never shown up before. Get present with those you love and care about. Go beyond distractions and direct yourself back to the current moment so that you can enjoy the blessings that surround you instead of focusing on where you are going or what has previously happened. Enjoy the beauty of the here and now. So your affirmation would be, I awaken to the blessings of the present moment. So here's her name. I'm sure, let's see, where we go. Let me hold this still. That's her name. So I hope that you understand that. So, and you're welcome, Pam. I'm glad that you are enjoying the reading and that makes sense to you. All righty, is there anybody else who would like to ask a question, or not a question, but have a card read for them? Now's the time to bring yourself and just type in there that you would like to have a card pull for you. And I will say that sometimes in the groups when I do the oracle cards, sometimes somebody else's message you can relate to, and it's on the order of a synchronicity, right? You're here for yourself, but you also hear a card that defines something else in your life, that you are meant to be here to listen not only to yourself, your own card, but also to pick up on the other card that was presented for somebody else. So, so I like this new way because I can see everybody that is coming in. And what I will say, we were talking about the archangels and the master group that I opened up with Julia Grief. And it is on Facebook. So let me see if I can grab a link for you while we wait for other people to come in. And I'm going to just put it in the chat for you guys to see. So it is anchoring light with the archangels and masters. It is a private group now, so you can be, be able to share what your thoughts are without other people, seeing. It allows you to be more open. There you go. I'll figure it out. And I actually love that. I love the idea of the private, although at first it was a public group, but we're learning as we go on. We've provided like the Flower of Life grid that you can or use or not. We just ask that people hold an intention, daily for about 5 minutes on the prayer that we were given to help the earth. And what I will say is, you don't have to have a grid. You don't have to have an altar. Maybe you just have a candle, and it could be a birthday card, a little Vovo card, a tea candle. It doesn't have to be anything really big. And so you can do that, and hold the space for about 5 minutes or more if you feel like it. It's really, really a good thing to get together with a lot of different people who have the same ideas of how and then what I also want to let everyone know is sometimes you get busy and you get in bed and go, oh my gosh, I forgot to light a candle and, say a prayer. It's fine. Just say something from your heart that means a lot to you and allow that to come forward. So it's really versatile. There's no cost to it to join at any time. All the material we have uploaded that you would need for like the prayers. There's informations that we have on the guide in our files, and it talks about Archangel Michael and Zadkiel and Serpus Bay. So the more when other archangels come forward and other masters will come forward, then we'll give you more information on them. Some of it you may already know, some of it may be new information. But I do know that Jesus has come forward and said that he wanted to also help, and Mother Mary has. Kuan Yin has come forward and said she would like to participate. and many of the other archangels that are available to us. So I don't see anybody else. So I'm going to just pull a card for me. How about that? I'm going to pull a card for myself. And I do have I do have a new service, and that is the oracle card readings, where you can ask your question, listed up on in my services on lisajodavis.com. So I'm going to pull a card for myself. What is it that I need to know now? The Miriam, healing the heart. Now, this card I picked up for myself. Isn't that a beautiful card? And the Miriam, the healing the heart. This is a sacred time of healing. In order for you to feel whole once more, it's essential for you to reclaim all the lost parts of yourself. Call back all the pieces and aspects of yourself, all the gifts and talents that you have been forced to hide or repress. By unleashing these tender aspects of your deeper self, you allow your heart to be rebuilt and strengthened. And my affirmation is, I reclaim myself and my story. I am ready for wholeness. Now, what you don't know about me is this card really goes along with what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. And for me, it's more of a confirmation. So when I go to sleep, I pray, for my family and friends, and I pray for those who have asked for prayers to be sent their way. And without any type of compensation, right? I guess that's whether it favors or whatever. It's just, I don't need to have people pay me to pray for them. But anyway, so as I go through the prayer, some of the last things that I do for myself is because a lot of us travel at night when we're sleeping. Our body's here, but our soul or our spirits goes and learns things. So I sometimes will ask God, okay, what is it that you want me to learn while I'm sleeping and learning up in heaven, or that realm. And then other times I will say I would like, because I do believe in reincarnation. So a lot of times I will say I would like to bring and remember all of my talents, my gifts, that I had in any of my lifetimes. I've even requested to know different languages I may have known. And I also put in there that I want to use these gifts and these talents for the good, because I don't know everything that I did in my other lives. I'm certainly not perfect in this life, and probably not perfect in all the other lives. So I just ask that I remember and I reawaken these type of gifts that are given to me. So thank you, Claire. She says perfect. It is. It's a great way of seeing things a little differently. And I've been also learning to take more time for myself, and because I'll run myself on the tread, is not literally, I don't have a treadmill, right? But I'll be running like I am on a treadmill with all these things in my mind that I need to do. And so I think, oh, just write a list and get it out of my mind, and then make room for other things. And then I have all these lists everywhere, and then I gather them all together and I can cross off what I've done. But I would say that I really didn't have a balanced life, with my business and my spiritual life and my home life and family. And also, I wasn't taking enough time to care for myself, as in having downtime or doing something that I enjoy doing. So I am a creative person, and I love learning new things, and I love watching documentaries. And you know, if we could have learned about documentary things that were really true and concise, it would have changed my outlook, I think, as a younger person. But a lot of times they still teach the things that they've been teaching for years, even though they know the government of our government knows that some of these things aren't really true. And it's kind of like putting up a fake mask and you still believe it. And then later in life, you find out all these things that you thought were true um, turn out that it's different, or maybe history changed because of a discovery. So it's really interesting for me to watch different documentaries and to see the different kinds of things that we can do in life and learn. And I'm all about educating myself in the topics that I like. But having said all that, I have been dabbling a little bit more on the creative side. I'm really good with bracelets and crafts and doing things like that, and making jewelry. One of the things I do as a younger person was like beadwork, where you have the strings. Uh, it's like a loom. Maybe I'm not using the right word, but it's about this long, and they have strings that you put across it, and then you thread your beads, not beans. You thread your beads through each of this 5 or 6 different strings that you have, and you make a pattern, and kind of like Indian bracelets or things like that. So I used to do that, and I found that to be really fun. And decorate cakes, but I've kind of lost those kind of talents of doing things. But I've been playing around with Chat GPT with their imaging, and it's really a neat way of getting some of these diagrams and pictures that I have been using. And right now I'm working on one where the world is turning, and it's really neat to see it turning, and with the grid that is around it. So it's kind of a step-by-step process, and the more I work with it, the more I'm learning. So it's very, very soothing to my creative side. I think, well, that I'm going to probably close up now. I haven't had anybody else that comes forward, but it's probably because you're out and about with your family, or celebrating with your mothers, or being celebrated as a mother. I wish this weekend so much love come to you, so many blessings, and allow yourself to be heard, to be seen, and know that we're all, very special to our Creator. And, our human holidays is really nice, because sometimes it's the only time that some people speak to their mother, or like next month will be Father's Day. So please keep your loved ones in mind as you go about your weekend, and touch bases. There's some people that have no parents still alive, and it would be great for you to acknowledge them, even if it's with a candle, or a battery lit candle, or say a prayer that you're thinking about them. It's always a good thing. So, my friends, I thank you. Have a blessed day, and I will be back next week, and we'll be doing a meditation with activation. So thank you so much for taking time out for me, and to sharing this space with me today. Bye.